Welcome back, everybody. This is game 2 of best of 3 between Reality Rift and Alliance for the lower bracket of the GS. Well, I guess it's the grand finals, technically, Kazu. You want to think of it that way. For the group stage of the C groups. Suns fan here with Kazu. How are you doing, good sir? Are you ready for game 2? It's going to be exciting.
Doing great. I'm really looking forward for these grand finals of the group stage. It's going to be hype.
I should have posted that. I should change the title of the stream. Can I ask you
Grand
a question?
finals.
I was watching some highlights just now, and it just reminded me of a hero that I want to know why you don't think this hero is picked.
Right.
I think we've seen it in a few games from other teams, but not in this group, is Ricky. I feel like the hero is really strong. In the right
I think
game,
the hero
of course.
is good, but I think there's only a very few select people who understand the hero right now. Out of the people that play here, I think I haven't seen Alliance play it in pubs. I've seen Matu play it, so Secret would be likely to pick it. Some Russian teams. So I think it just has a lot to do that it's still, I think it's an undiscovered hero for many people. I think that's why. I think that's the main reason.
It definitely plays a lot differently than the old Ricky.
Yeah.
But I think overall it's got to be stronger. It just looks really good. But I think it also depends on the game, right? You can't like first two pick a Ricky almost ever.
Certainly not, no.
So hard counters to that hero. Okay, so anyway, starting this game, let's see if we have anything different in terms of the bans. The Tiny is now banned. So they were not happy with Alliance tossing people around early game. Or the late game Building Destructor. That was a support previously.
Yeah. Last ban. Also, Alliance were... Wait a minute. Were Alliance second pick last game too?
I can check.
Yes, I think so. They used a lot of time on their last ban, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they were last pick because they also last pick Bad Rider. Correct.
Okay.
So they swapped sides, but they kept the same pick order. Bans are currently the same, at least from Alliance's side. PL is currently in the pool since Rift swapped up their Tiny ban, their PL ban for a Tiny ban. Alliance again using 40% reserve time. Interesting.
Rubik is also there, by the way. They're actually going to ban Meepo very early. So this is one of those situations where, I mean, first two Meepo doesn't sound too good, but
mainly when you do ban heroes. Yeah, when you ban heroes here, it's not necessarily because they're scared of a first two Meepo. The main reason, or the most logical reason, would be they don't have a great ban, and they don't want to end up having to ban Meepo in one of the later bans of the game. So they might as well just get rid of it here.
Yeah, and it opens up more picks for you, right? If there's three heroes that you know are going to be picked first three, like, all right, actually we want two of them, so let's just get rid of Meepo for now.
Yeah,
I love that strategy. So Tree will be the first pick again this time around for Reality Rift. Well, it's the same hero for them. They followed it up with a Centaur. So see how Alliance ends up changing, if anything. Because last time they went Lich Tiny, which they cannot go Tiny, obviously. So it's going to be Doom. Is it Lich again?
Doom Rubik?
It
Doom
is.
Lich, okay. Solid. It's kind of a similar opening to the last game. You have the Lich, who's a solid 5, as stated many times. You have Doom, who's a little similar to Tiny in terms of the flexibility. He can be a 3. He can be a 4. I think those are his only roles. But I've seen people perform well with the hero in both those roles, so it's a little bit open.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Reality Rift close out the phase here.
I mean, early laning stage, if it's a Lich Doom in the same lane, that's pretty scary. They're going to get Rubik for Reality Rift, but I mean, you got the regen from Devour with Scorched Earth that just does 1 billion damage versus what it used to on top of Frost Armor. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing that. So this time around, Reality Rift, with the Rubik, let's see if they have a Naga that they can face against and just steal that 5 times in a row. That they'll have a pretty good chance to win if that's the case.
5 seconds remaining.
I love it.
See if Alliance has learned from mistakes of VP.
Most likely. Right now, actually, if I'm in either one of these teams right now, something you may want to look for in terms of picks for the next phase are illusion type carries. Illusion type carries, they actually kind of abuse both Treant and Rubik. They don't have the best wave clear and they don't really protect themselves very well. And also lineups with Doom, they kind of want lanes to be pushed in so it's easy for Doom to make plays. And once again, Doom also isn't that great at
5
dealing with
seconds
illusions, same
remaining.
as Lich. So I wouldn't be surprised if at least one of the two teams pick up a hero such as, your Phantom Lancer, your Anti-Mage, Terrorblade.
Do you see
Stuff like that.
Terrorblade that often
Radiant
right
team
now?
ban.
I actually don't, but I do think he's pretty solid. At least from my own understanding. That's what I would like to say.
They changed
But
Reflection to
he is kind
be
of rare.
an area spell, right?
Yeah, you need to like click it or something in an AoE.
Yeah. Okay. Which I guess is better in some situations and worse in others.
Yeah.
So just game dependent. So they do get rid of the
you have-
Naga.
Yeah,
10
makes
seconds
sense.
remaining.
I don't know why I
PL
don't
is still
mention that
there.
hero first when I talk about illusion heroes. I keep forgetting Naga for
5
some reason.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, it was banned in the same spot last game, but there's
Yeah.
still PL, AM, like you said, and TB. OD was also a ban, but that was later on.
Yeah.
How's Morphling this game?
For
Either team. I mean, as of like, what was it, like 3 months ago, and then the 6 months prior to that, Morphling was just picked with ES every single game, right? That was just the combo, the game winner. Do the
That's just
allies
stupid.
matter as much these days? Is Morphling strong on his own?
He
it
has
matter
to.
that
I
it's a
think
Rubik?
he has to be good against his
Fire team
enemies. I
ban.
think it's less about his allies. At least that's
Okay.
what I feel like. I wouldn't say that either team is particularly super strongly looking at Morph here. Maybe as both their last picks in this next phase, perhaps. But I don't really see anything that would scream Morphling at me here. Especially
get
not
rid of
against
Puck.
Doom. I would say less for Rift, maybe for Alliance, like
10
17.
seconds remaining.
So getting rid of Puck indicates to me
5
that
seconds
PL
remaining.
is one of the heroes that they might be thinking about.
Sadly, Puck is good against so many heroes, so it's not
True.
too easy to judge. But
Ricky
PL
as well,
would be
Kazu.
one.
Eh?
Yeah, you
Puck's
can't
good
do
against
anything.
Ricky.
Yeah, he's good against Ember, Ricky, Storm, PL, Void, Morph. So, but the ones that are probably affected the most out of the carry pool would most likely be PL and Void. I think those are really hard to play into Puck.
And Lions taking some extra time here to make sure that they get this right ban.
Well, if you're Alliance, you kind of have a choice on your next pick. Of course, you need to open the next phase. So if you pick an obvious offlaner, you will show the rows of your 3 heroes. You would show that Doom is 3 or 4 and Lich is the 5. But let's say if they have a good pick here for carry, they could do that just to hold Doom's position and not reveal it already on the next pick. Like then they could still decide on the 4th pick if he's a 3 or 4. But
right.
kind of just depends on like their idea and how good they feel. If they feel like, okay, this is enough for me, this is good enough for me to play offlane Doom here, then they might just pick a support and vice versa.
That's kind of what they did last game as well. They picked Nakes or Lifestealer first
exactly.
in the second phase. I mean, it was a Lich Tiny opener, so do teams? I mean, it's just support Tiny at this point, so it's not like that was super flexible.
Yeah, it wasn't like too crazy there. They might do it here. They banned Lesh, which is a little interesting. I assume a 4th pick on PL would make a lot of sense, at least for some illusion type
ones
carry.
That want PL.
But we'll have to see what they open with here. Could also be their carry here, like we said, they're kind of open. It depends on their values right now.
They don't have much time either. They only have 11 seconds in reserve time.
No, they really have to decide now.
Radiant team pick.
And it will be the Disruptor.
So Doom is their 3.
But this is still very strong 3 heroes.
Certainly. Very strong.
I can't believe Disruptor made it to the second phase. I feel like this hero is just super good.
Yeah, that hero is very strong.
Especially considering he's probably going to be the 4. I mean, Lich is never the 4, it feels like. So getting that Aghanim Scepter is actually feasible.
Yeah. Lich, compared to many other supports, he doesn't really benefit that much from bonus gold. He gets 1 Glimmer and he's already super happy then. It's not like his Axe is some game-breaking stuff.
Then you get
compared to at least other heroes.
You get both Doom itself and the AoE Doom once you get the Axe. So items might be very difficult to actually activate from Reality Rift.
Wanna get doomed, bruh?
Alright, there's PL.
Of
course, can Doppelgang out of Glimpse?
Honestly, that could even be a steal, I think. Or like, of course, it is good for them, but I think it is somewhat likely that Alliance may have wanted that pick here, judging off their Leshrac ban. But so I think this pick overall is pretty good, even if you just disregard the fact that maybe Alliance would have wanted this pick.
Ember
They pick
Spirit.
Ember, which is about one of the next best heroes against PL.
It has the ensnare. I mean, they definitely have some tools against PL.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Like maybe not as much wave clear as they would like. It's basically just Ember
Yeah.
Spirit once he gets items, but they do have ability to kill him.
Yeah. Right now, both Ember and Doom. I mean,
10 seconds
Doom
remaining.
isn't great against PL, but he has Scourge, which over time deals okay
5
damage.
seconds
You also
remaining.
farm well in the lane. Most importantly for Doom, I mean, if you do get the Doom on him on PL, which is not easy, but it's doable. If you get it, of course, that's super good. But the best part about Doom against PL is mainly the items you buy. Like you buy a lot of items that the PL may not want to deal with. Like you can pick up an Ice Ogre, you can buy Crimson Guard, AC. Like all these natural items you want are pretty good against PL.
Yeah, that's true. Ice Ogre is the MVP of the neutrals for sure. I mean, Centaur Stomp with a blink can get off a pretty
Yeah.
good Doom in the right situation as long as they don't have vision of you to begin with.
Yeah. So what do Rift go for here? So good. They need their midder and they need their offlaner. If they something I like here. Oh, let's see. Pick is a bit early. Okay.
Okay.
They stick to their guns.
Yep. They're like, all right,
That's
game
a-
one with no dispels. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the drawing board again.
Something I would have liked is the fact you could pick, for instance, Bad Rider on 18 here instead of Abaddon. None of these heroes Alliance have right now would want to lane against him, which means it would be very likely that Alliance
10
have to put their
seconds
Ember Spirit
remaining.
mid. And then Reality Rift, even though they don't have last pick, they could just pick a hero already that's good against Ember because they're anticipating Alliance to, pick a counter against Bad. So even though you don't have last pick, you would probably give yourself like a good condition, at least if you think that Alliance are going to use their brain in the draft too, then you could probably make it happen. But since it isn't the case, I think ABBA is a totally fine hero here. They're just sticking to what's comfortable to them,
10 seconds
and I certainly
remaining.
don't blame them for it.
Yeah, and even from just a dispel side, taking off Searing
5
Changes.
seconds remaining.
Oh,
Pretty
very
nice.
good. ABBA's a really good hero against Ember.
Now, if there was a bat right, I know that
Team
Aphotic Shield
pick.
technically counters it. How hard is that to actually cast? Because the cast range isn't like super far for Aphotic
Well,
Shield.
the more items Bat has and the longer the game goes, the harder it is to dispel, basically. Like, throughout the game, Bat gets faster with items. Maybe he gets Force Blink. But early on, it's really hard to play Bat into Abaddon. What do they want mid? I would assume
10
they
seconds
probably want a
remaining.
hero mid that doesn't care too much about being doomed. So like a guy that
5
right
seconds
clicks,
remaining.
kind of, like even through Doom. Because I think right now, PL is a hard target for Doom. So right now, Doom will mostly throw his Dooms at Abaddon or at this incoming pick from Reality Rifts.
Well, who
I could
doesn't like
see
to be
a-
doomed? That's the real question. Other than Nakes.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see a SF type hero, even though it's not that easy to play. There's a lot of run at you, but if you get an early BKB, I think SF is pretty potent here. Other than that, I'm not fully sure what this guy likes to play mid. I would probably call for SF here if I was a mid player. It's also pretty safe as you do not have last pick against your enemy team.
Dire
Yeah.
team pick.
Yep, very good call. They got rid of the Magnus as well, of course. The Empower would have been really good on Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
And Alliance has about 30 seconds here to go with the last pick.
Well, they probably keep their Ember in the safe lane, because Ember against SF, that's not something you want to do, really. And Ember is okay in the safe lane. I wonder if they have a
10
hero that
seconds
abuses
remaining.
SF mid. They can't really use too many support
5
rotations
seconds
on middle to
remaining.
help this hero. I think Storm and maybe Queen are good. I don't really know what Limp has been playing lately.
Did you
One
say
of
that
those
Alliance
heroes,
does
maybe?
not play Arc Warden?
I think they don't, yeah. I would say it's a Storm or Queen here. Oh, that is pretty
wow.
good. I like it.
Okay.
Oh, my good friend.
Damn, how did I not think of it as a PL? I like the Zeus pick quite a bit.
It has a match up with Shadow Fiend mid. I mean, Shadow Fiend's super squishy, but he can
I
eventually
think
just push the
I
waves.
think that's very skill based, but I think SF wins that matchup. I think in an even skill based matchup between the players, I think SF slightly wins and then pulls ahead with jungle farming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so which lineup are you going for?
I like Alliance. I think this last pick is really strong on Zeus.
Damn, look at that Disruptor
usually-
mount. Sorry to interrupt, Kazu, but good lord,
No
what
worries.
is this thing, dude?
Honestly, it
Jesus.
looks pretty dope. I'm not sure if I've seen it before.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen. It might be like
Yeah,
a
but-
super rare or something.
It looks like it. Zeus is really good against illusion heroes, and he's also really good when the enemy team can't really catch you.
5 seconds
And there aren't that many people in the Reality Rift lineup that will just, you know, like run through the lineup and get on Zeus. Like there's no Ember, no Spectre, no Storm. I mean, sure, PL can try, but there's a lot of protection in the Zeus lineup. Like Doom will play in front, Ember will chain people. There's like random spells you would have to run through, some Chain Frost and Glimpse. So, I mean, I kind of like both lineups, but I would give the slight edge to Alliance.
Yeah, the Zeus does sound pretty good right now.
Yeah, certainly.
All right, so I can't wait to get in the game because I need to see this mount up close and personal. I can't stop looking at it. It's so shiny.
Let's
it looks
go
like
then.
the Year Beast. Like, what is this? He's literally riding a Year Beast. And even the Ember Spirit, look at this. He got the Divine Rapiers and the super rare
The
shoulder
head, or is it
and the
shoulder
headpiece.
thingy? Yeah.
I think it's the set in general. It was a super rare. Man,
Classic.
you pro players do get a lot of crazy items, don't you? People donate
I mean,
this garbage.
I guess there's some even more crazy stuff. I don't think I'm that fortunate. Not that I care much about it, but there's people with like, you know, these Roshan couriers or whatever. Or you
Well,
know, these Chinese skins that we saw on someone's tusk. Did I see that with you? The inscribed
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff
it was
like
the
that. I don't know how much
hallucination
those
thing.
skins are worth, but my god, they look so cool.
Yeah, they're pretty legit. All right, as we go on to the lanes, and we're going to look at Disruptor. We just did see him up close and
really should
personal.
prepare for battle.
That's nice.
And is he as nice as you thought he should be?
Yes, that's really good. I think this
Oh,
is
yeah.
a super rare in like a chest in the last year or something like that. But the sunken relics are the hilarious ones. That is it. EG that has like 2 or 3 people on the same team that have the
Is it
sunken
the stuff
relics.
below you, like the
Yeah,
TI
it's-
skin? That
Yeah,
I don't even want to know. Let's not talk about it.
people like. I wonder if people donate them or if EG or whatever teams just go out and buy
I think they
them.
buy them. No, I think that people buy them. I think the chance you get them with whatever level they had was not that high. I think people
Yeah.
buy it.
I mean, there's no way they get them on their own. 100%. All right.
Yeah.
Word comes out from Hustler.
Let's go, Hustler. I mean, if he plays Rubik as well as he did the other game, then my god, we're in for a treat. This guy was fucking... he was shitting on VP. Sorry for my
Base-
language, but god.
Based on his performance, he will steal Doom about 8 times this game.
And then he will
And
steal every
Disruptor,
ulti.
Static Storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
A chameleon.
He will chain frost them and then bound them in a kinetic field. There you go.
He's going to set up actual combos within the spells that he steals. He doesn't
Yeah,
need his own
there you
spells
go.
at all. Telekinesis will never
Yeah.
be cast late game.
Yeah, why do you need teammates if you can just be your own teammate?
Yeah, he is a literal god.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, despite the positioning, they're just going to trade and nobody will actually take any damage.
Oh,
2 for
That's
that's
Very
very
uncommon.
yeah, very unusual. There was no hit traded on all the runes. That's very unusual, yeah.
Well, I can understand from Alliance side because you got a tree. Like, you don't want to mess with tree, usually.
Yeah.
With the
No,
Orb
you
of Venom.
certainly like when you play against tree in general, like a kind of brain dead rule. If you play against Treant, you do not go to the outpost rune because that guy, yeah, he smashes you on that rune.
What's the reason for a Photic Shield being used right now? To push the wave or something?
Push the wave, yeah. He was not queued by disruptors. He was full HP. That's a lot of mana used. Okay, yeah, it's just to push the lane. If you use it early, like right before the creeps, you'll probably have it again if the enemies do decide to engage. I don't know if it was needed, but that was their idea at least to push the wave.
Whose tri-lane do you like right now? So we got Lich, Disruptor, Ember versus Tree, Rubik, and Abby. Unusual tri-lanes.
A very unusual tri lane. I'm thinking how easy it is for them to take off this Ember shield when they hit the 3rd level. I don't know. I think
Oh, Fatha's
Radiance is
getting out,
better.
actually.
Yeah, I think Radiance is better.
Thought that's going to go into the bot lane. He wants to pressure the Phantom Lance. I mean, the last thing you want to do is give a free game to a PL. So that's
Yeah.
super understandable. And the question is,
I
will
think
Reality Rift
Radiant
respond?
they need to put a hero bottom too, I think. If Doom gets an advantage in this lane, yeah, there you go. They're putting one down. If Doom gets an advantage on many of these carries, he really starts to bully them with high level Scorch. If they don't have a lot of regen.
It must really hurt Fata to continually go up against Tree, his favorite hero, it seems, in this patch.
Poor guy.
And he's actually played it, I think, better than anyone
He's playing
I've seen.
Lich. I don't think he can complain. He's playing Lich right now.
True. That is
He
true.
must feel fine. Arcane Rune up top.
Uh-oh.
We'll take it.
Zeus has the advantage if he wants to run there. Alacrity.
Oh,
He
man,
only has
if
enough mana for
Alacrity had
raise.
one more mango. Is it on the courier? Yes, it is.
Oh, it's gonna be close. The first blood goes the way of Alacrity. Oh my, well played.
That is some superb courier timing. Because Limp would not go for that rune if he had a bonus mango. I assure you.
Yeah, it was
Why is
calculated.
Doom
for
TPing
sure.
mid? Wait, why did Doom TP mid? Ah, interesting. He
Wolf
TPs
creep.
mid to check the medium camp and now run to bottom. Alright, cool.
Interesting.
That is very nice.
I didn't know you could eat the wolf level 1. Actually.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes,
Huh.
you can eat up level 4, like level 4 and below. Or up
So,
to level 4.
Let me ask
whichever.
you a question. I've always wondered this. Have
God,
you memorized the
let's go.
levels of all the creeps?
Well, memorized, no. But do I know most of them? Yes.
All right, we're gonna test you. What's Centaur Conqueror?
Should be 5. You need 2 levels
Wow.
Devour, I think.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. I mean, once you play some Doom, you kind of know. Or like, maybe you don't know the exact creep level, but you know at what level Devour you can eat it. So you
Right.
can, you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now we're gonna have a TP back. Fata has regretted his decision and has come back into the
He's
top
like,
lane.
nope.
And it'll be a tri lane yet again. They're gonna go on top at KYXY. Has a Aphotic Shield in 5 seconds as Limp kills Alacrity now in the mid lane, so he's back. Telekinesis
Interesting.
keeping everyone safe here. So yeah, Limp is now ahead of the Shadow Fiend because of the advantage Shadow Fiend had originally.
Yeah.
Not sure how
didn't
that happened, though.
See how it happened, but, you know, probably a nice play by Limp. Runes
Prob-
are spawning. so
Let's just
see.
assume he made a nice play.
And it should be a nice play. Let's just hope so, yeah. He's getting a bottle, but sadly the rune. Oh god, he got a regen rune without mana. And people say runes don't matter. My god,
Indeed.
nice
Oh,
cancel.
top lane, Abaddon gets taken out in the meantime. Still a tri-lane right now for Alliance, as Limp will just TP back to the tower.
If Radiant wanna fight back, I mean it just makes sense. They need 3 heroes as well, because this Flame Guard right now, like if this Ember runs at them with Flame Guard and Lich Shield, it's so strong. Like the only way you fight back is if you can break the Fire Shield.
33
need
getting
to-
chased right now in the bot lane. Courier did die, as we've seen every single game, it feels like. They're just
Yeah.
walking into a minefield. Top lane in the meantime, Kinetic Field onto KYXY and into the Searing Chains as well. But a Aphotic Shield is available. We'll pop it and will likely live as a result.
Tower is under attack. Has that ever been
And
cause
that'll
for celebration?
be that for the top lane.
If the lanes continue this way, you actually need to skill 1 level of heal on Abba on level 4, so that you can break the Fire Shield with Q, Shield Breaking, and Fate Bolt. He might die top right now, or maybe
He's
not.
in a lot of trouble. 4 seconds on Aphotic Shield, but Fabled
has
is there to
6.
finish off the Lich, and here comes Treant Protector. Nico Baby will find a trade there, but he's taking a lot of damage as a result of this. Kinetic Field, very
it's
nicely. 18 health on Nico Baby. Ooh, 10 mana and Fable would have actually finished him off. But here comes the Health Salve now, and the turnaround from Alliance as they attend to the nuts on the Treant Protector.
Oh,
Nico
Zeus ulti,
Baby.
hello.
Searing Chains. And that's going to be another kill for Nico Baby. So a great turnaround overall. And what did the
That's a very
Zeus
nice
actually
Zeus
kill?
ult too.
Oh, he killed nuts.
Zeus
Okay.
got the kill on the nuts, and then he gets assist gold on Rubik. So Doom is
Beautiful.
just chilling. I mean, 3-3 is one of the best people when it comes to being in a disadvantageous position. Like, I would kind of call him the magician when it comes to going up against tri-lane and dual lanes. He's like the best guy at knowing, you know, how to creep pull, what items to buy, which way to go, where to hide, stuff like that. So I think if you put any offlaner in a bad position, like in an outnumbered lane, he would be the guy that you choose, I think for sure. So this guy, he's gonna have good net worth, he's gonna recover, he's probably not gonna feed a lot, and in a few minutes he'll probably just be like top 3, top 4 net worth, and then they'll soon play around him. Mid lane.
Was getting initiated. It's actually an interest. I've never heard anybody describe another player that way. If he's getting wrecked, he's a really good player. That's actually kind
No,
of cool.
like I think you would rather have him play this way then play him in like a 2-on-2 where you just fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like this way he will always outperform the enemy offlane. At least that's the mid lane. Jesus.
Well, Abaddon dies, and well, mid lane they get the support kill. I caught the correct one, guys. Abaddon's more important than Disruptor. Let's be real.
I mean, mid lane, you didn't miss much. SF was invis, and he just like triple raised.
Oh, that
Boom.
sounds better than what I saw. Damn it. 33.
Tower is under attack.
Down in the bot lane now. Not quite level 6, but we'll be there shortly. Gets off the Infernal Blade. And PL. 33 is really throwing his body away, but that Zeus ult helps him get that kill. Very nicely
Zeus
played.
ult and good ult crit. I'm telling you, Dota neutrals are so broken, and they have been that way for years. The amount of value you get out of a wolf creep or a goddamn ice ogre, it's so
Yeah,
absurd.
it's
Actually,
I've always loved the wolf creep personally.
yeah.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah, the ogre one got changed. I can't remember what they did, but in some ways it got nerfed. But
I don't know,
against
it's
like the
still
ranged
broken.
hero interaction, maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah,
instead of
still
being
solid.
unkillable, they take like 90% less damage.
Yeah. I mean, you have a Lich on your team, so that would actually be hilarious to see both used.
Oh god, don't get me started. I don't want to see it. People stop moving when they click you, I think.
I just wish that that creep looked like Ogre Magi, like in Dota 1, because that is the greatest clip of all time. Not even close.
I'm not sure what clip you're referring to, but I'll-
Really? Well, there's a clip. Well, we might have to hold that thought as Alacrity's taking some heavy damage mid. Don't worry, I'll tell this story. So back in Dota 1, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know, some creeps in the jungle looked exactly like heroes. So Lifestealer being an example is Hanskin getting
Bottom
initiated
lane.
on the bot
You
lane.
got it.
He is dead. Don't worry, I got this. I can tell stories and cover everything. So Lifestealer was a regular creep, okay? Just as an example, like exact same model. Well, Lich is going to find
Courier
a
top.
courier kill, and bottom lane, nothing's going to happen yet, but we are getting close as top lane. Can't even finish this goddamn story. Come on, teams. This is getting close
Stop
to the 10-minute
playing,
mark, so
guys.
we have to... Let me tell this story, for God's sake. KYXY
Dead.
looks like he will fall
Whoa.
very
The
shortly.
triple remnant.
And down he... Yeah, that was
See ya.
kind of weird, wasn't it?
I think he's just letting him know that you're shit. You know, he's just shitting on him.
So anyway, back to my amazing story. Ogre Magi was another hero that looked exactly like a creep, which was the Frost creep. So there's a clip of a guy killing the Ogre Magi creep as Ogre and taking its place and pretending to be that Ogre, and a hero
Holy shit.
on the enemy team coming up to kill that said neutral creep, and instead gets a multicast Fire Blast to the face and dies.
And-
Greatest
wow.
clip of all time.
How old is that clip? Like 20
Dude,
years?
you guys got it's probably if you guys have never seen it, Google Dota 1 Ogre clip jungle, I don't know, something like that. You'll find it.
Google
It's up there.
Dota 1 Ogre Jungle and
Yes.
follow the guide.
Trust me, guys, it's worth it. Resolution's horrible, but it's still watchable. All right, here come the plays. We have Treant Protector. We talked about how good he is in these situations, but they're not even going to need the overgrowth. Hanskin gets completely decimated, and the top outpost
They have
goes...
both outposts.
No, they do get both. Wow. That's a
Smart
huge
usage
deal.
of their heroes.
Indeed. KYXY. Looking to apply a little bit more as Alacrity.
Hello, hasted
Uh-oh.
god.
Yeah, Limp comes in with that haste. Has his ult. He's going to get glimpsed. Does Alacrity. This is going to be a very, very easy kill. Gets off the Requiem, but not going to matter. I want to look at like the win rates of teams that get both
Double
outposts. Yeah. I wonder what the
So-
win rate would be.
The two first ones, you mean?
Yeah, two first ones specifically.
I don't know. Maybe 60%. I don't know. Should even. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that.
I'm sure there's a stat out there we can find.
I'm sure there's.
Now, PL working towards his diffusal blade now. Not super far away. What's a good timing
Nice.
for this? I never know. Like, I can only tell by like the feel of the game. You know, I don't know.
Kind of depends, I think. Of course, it depends on what other items you're buying. But I would say double Wraith Band, like he is buying. I think if you get it before 14, you're doing well. I think 12 minute is like insane. So if you get it between 12 and 14, you should be happy about it.
Right. Okay. Well, we're gonna. Oh, I alt tabbed out, guys. If I miss this kill, it's not my fault. Okay, here we go. Nico, baby, takes some damage. I don't know how you alt tab in the middle of a game, but I found a way. But I didn't miss
that's indeed
anything. All is good.
interesting.
So
That's
how
an
long do you
Iron
keep
Talon
this
on Fada.
on Fada? Wow, that's great.
Yeah, he's holding it right now.
That is value. I mean, it kills wards and helps you jungle. So what's not to like? What was I saying?
How long, or someone holding, or how long do you keep?
Oh
something
right,
like that?
Doom, the wolf creep. How long do you hold on to that?
I think you hold it for a while. It's gonna depend on how the game develops and what items you buy. Usually when you get Blink top lane, we have a go, so
No,
we
I'm
have
watching,
to
don't
switch
worry.
topic. Alright, alright.
I don't need to switch topic. All right, he finally uses his ult. Borrowed time is skilled. He gets glimpsed back. Limp. Can just easily finish him up. Oh, Ember Spirit gets taken out by the Fade Bolt, though. Very surprising. And KYXY has the Aphotic Shield, but will die to a last Lightning Bolt from the old Zeus-Saru. Bottom lane, we might see some extra action here. Kinetic Field. Yeah, this is a nice steal. Lightning Bolt, not too bad with
Yeah,
Fade Bolt.
that's how he killed the Ember. Again, people not respecting their enemies. He ran in, he got bolted, and Fade bolted. Boom,
This
dead.
Rubik is a god.
Yeah, he's
Double
a hustler.
bolt.
Indeed. Goddamn, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Doom creeps.
Yes.
So he should hold the creep for a while. Like usually your best creeps in the early game are Ice Ogre and Wolf, depending on if you play like aggressive or defensive. And then usually your next transition is the Centaur creep when you get like a Blink Dagger or whatever. So you start with Blink, Stomp, Doom, stuff like that. So he should hold it until he has BKB or Blink. He should probably hold it until then.
Okay. I like it. I mean, is
I
there
do
ever a
too.
late game scenario where you keep the wolf? Like if you go Assault
Yeah, for
Kuros
sure.
and go for more of a right-click build?
You definitely. I think like if you're about to Roche, you can take the Wolf. If you have enough initiation in your team, you can also go Wolf if you don't need the Centaur. Oh,
I'd
Eels
like
in
to
some
see that.
trouble.
Yeah, Nico Baby jumping and 2-level advantage on the PL, though, so he's a little bit difficult to kill, but the Glimpse will help out in that regard. He gets out of dodge for now. Very, very low. Tree armor keeping him alive.
No
And
way.
he's going to run right into the Abaddon, which is going to help with the Aphotic Shield. Doom caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, really trying to chase down this PL. Living for now, though. As PL gets glimpsed, doing on the high ground of the enemy jungle. Very interesting spot. And he dies as a result. Wow.
Yeah.
He could have just ran away.
Yeah, it was kind of a interesting choice to TP there. I think most players would probably have tried to perhaps doppel up the high ground. But I'm not sure. He didn't have vision of the Dire Heroes. Maybe he expected them to chase his team somewhere back here in the secret shop. So he probably just took a chance on the TP out. Sadly, it didn't work out. But they're still in a very good spot. Like they should be feeling good. I think they kind of know they're in a good spot too. Like if they look at levels and if they check the inventory on the Dire team, I think they know that they're ahead. At least in the core matchups, they're quite far ahead right now.
Yeah, 3k advantage right now for Reality Rift. BKB next in line for 33. All right, what for Alliance's side? What are you looking for before you start wanting to fight? Like, what's your next power spike?
I'm not sure if it's more so about their items than it is like map positioning and just because they I think they need small fights. I don't think they want 5-on-5s. So going on 3 and bottom lane.
Yep, Overgrowth will come out, but he will die shortly after. And there comes the Doom onto the Shadow Fiend and the Lich ult to follow. That's a lot of damage. And he's going to go down very easily. KYXY in the meantime still has borrowed time. Gets glimpsed back into the kinetic field. Will likely die. As Drew comes in as well. Actually, he lives. They're going to focus all on him. Static Storm. Nico Baby gets off the Sleight of Fist. And now Drew is next on the list. 3 dead as Alliance continues to pummel through Reality Rift in this fight. The Remnants come into play as well. That's 4 dead, and that is a complete team wipe. And they lost 0 heroes.
Yeah, that's the type of fight Alliance need. Alliance cannot 5-on-5. Or like, the way Alliance want to fight, the way their lineup works and the heroes play well is like, maybe they're not together, you engage on a tower, they TP, you glimpse a guy out. And both Zeus and Ember, they're kind of heroes, they don't commit, right? They play on their range, you fist chain with Ember, you use your spells from afar with Zeus. And eventually when the enemies get low enough or they're out of position, that's when you engage. So Reality Rift, they need to be more careful with how they take these fights. If they're together, they can fight, but if they're split up like this, or they need to TP in to take the fight, it's not good for them. They should just play in an area farm, and then just make sure that this doesn't happen again, because they kind of just threw their lead away.
They sure did. They had what we just said, like a 3k net worth lead, and that completely flip-flopped it. Now it's a super even game. Alliance even at the slight advantage right now in terms of net worth. All right, Zeus going for, I mean, he has the Yules. We'll be going for a Blink Dagger next, and I assume something like an Aghanim Scepter after that would make a lot of sense. They don't, I mean, they don't really, I mean, I guess Kinetic Field is a great setup for that with a Static Storm and Nimbus eventually into the game. That's a pretty strong team fight all of a sudden. Nico Baby, he's going to pop this Flame Guard, and Rubik knows he's dead, just wants to find that ward. He will do so, but again, will cost him his life. Essence Ring is down. That's a good Zeus item, I do believe.
I wonder if they're gonna give it to someone else. I mean, the mana is nice for him, but I do think they're gonna hand it off to someone else. I think you mainly want to use it on people that go in and then like use the heal. So maybe Doom. I don't know. It's probably Doom or Zeus. Either Doom uses it for. Oh, bottom lane tree is dead.
Yes.
Good catch on the outpost with Glimpse.
That's what we call getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar, Kezu. That's an American saying.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
That is a hungry tree.
I'll make sure not to use it myself.
I guess if I want to rephrase it for you to understand, it's like getting his hand caught in the pretzel jar, you know?
There you go. Now I'm a bigger fan. Jesus.
Is that such a
one
thing,
I'm a little No. That's,
Well, patent that shit, man. That's good stuff.
You can invent it. I'm good.
It will never work in America.
Maybe. But here, where I am, I guess I can do it. When I look at PL, his item build, it looks a bit odd to me. Usually when people play PL, and it's a game where you play against a lot of fighting heroes, there's one of two items that you usually get. It's either Wand or Hood. Maybe even both. I think he could benefit a lot from those two items. But, I mean, now it's a bit late. At least for the magic one, but I still think could. Oh, what did you lose?
Yasha recipe,
Yasha.
it looks like. Nuts is being found out here. He will go down. So Alliance continuing to just aggress.
I think if you're Reality Rift right now, you wanna wait for at least a Baden's Pipe, but most likely also for SF's BKB. So be careful about getting caught. And
they have Searing Chain. No, they don't, but they have the Static Storm, and PL is dead. That is a huge kill for Alliance. Spell is used very effectively there, and Alacrity is going to have to back up. And the Tier 1 tower is likely dead.
Uh-oh. It's only a 1k lead for Alliance, but this game is getting a little out of control. Just a little. It's at like the start of getting there. I think Reality Rift, they need to be a bit careful with dying on their cores, especially because they're not ready to take these fights. And if they see you on Alliance, you will die. You're not gonna run away from an Ember Spirit or a Glimpse, especially with Zeus ult that will show you. So they need to really respect the fact that if you're in the wrong position, you are dead.
That's a lot of drawing on the map, making it very difficult to look at the minimap. Please, players, stop. I'm going to alt chat very soon to tell them to please stop ruining my experience, as Nuts will be taken out quite easily again. I mean, Alliance is just picking off these supports very easily and in quick succession, and they add up. I mean, they're not worth that much now. I mean, he's bottom of the net worth, but still.
Oh, look. PL found a Hood. He got Nether Shawl.
Do you like Nether Shawl this year? Just for the magic resist?
It's actually amazing. Yeah, 20% magic resistance when you play against Ember and Zeus.
True.
Oh,
they don't really care about the minus armor. Oh, here he is.
Not so much, you have a lot.
He's gonna get glimpsed. And he's dead. Did he use his
It just came off cooldown. Yeah, it just came off cooldown.
Damn. Well, the minus armor sure didn't help there. He died. Kezu.
Yeah. He would have died even faster without the magic resistance.
True. Is it minus? Is it -3? Yeah, -3 armor.
Yeah, minus.
It's not too bad.
It's negligible for this hero.
Yeah.
So, if I am Drew's teammate right now, I either try to help Drew in the game, like, you know, they need to figure out a way together of where they should play and allocate their farm so that their heroes stop dying, especially the PL. So SF is close to his BKB, and Abba finishes Pipe. So maybe that's gonna be your cue to like go together and maybe take a fight. Or if you don't take a fight, at least try to take back an area, because I think the Radiant are getting pretty starved on the map right now. And that's anything but good when you're playing these type of cores that need a lot of farm.
Yeah, I mean, Alliance, like we said, they were down and they had one good fight and it evened it up. But since then, they've taken that little opportunity and just have expanded their lead now. As KYXY is going to find the Doombringer, who is renamed to just Doom. Well, he's going to... Well, he was about to pop his Doom, but thought better of it. Pops the BKB instead and just dies right afterwards. So with that, Alliance is probably on retreat.
Well done. See, it just took them to go together and then use their spells with logic. He pops BKB, but they pop Root, and it's good of them to recognize that they should just hit him and not like just use the Root to disengage. Dire are smoking while Doom is dead. Radiant are not expecting this move, but SF just got his BKB, so they need to be careful.
If they kill PL again, my god, and they will. That was so nice. Yep. That is like super unexpected. There's no way that they're gonna go without Doom, and they do.
Yeah.
That is a 3rd death now for PL. 5th death, I'm sorry. Way off. Whew.
Yeah.
He's having a bad game. Nice heals onto the Abaddon, and KYXY knows that he is super dead.
Yeah, there you go. Just because someone's dead doesn't mean that you necessarily can't do anything. But they were quick about it, you know. It wasn't obvious. It's not like the creep waves were hitting each other all around the map without anyone showing. And well, also luckily for them, I think PL, his doppel was on cooldown when they started attacking him, so a little greedy by him, but overall a good play by Alliance. They get 2 kills actually, not just 1.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't cast that spell anymore until he needs it.
Yeah.
The last 2 deaths at least have been attributed to that alone.
Father just Sinister Gaze a creep. Why?
He's just showing it who's boss.
Choice.
He's like, this is...
He's just running there and showing him, hey guys, I'm here.
Displaying dominance is sometimes important for the psyche of not just the enemy, but you yourself. It gives
He's trying to get into Drew's head, I think.
I think it's... I mean, he's getting in our heads, so it's working.
Yeah, he is.
Well, Nico Baby is about 900 away from finishing his Agnum Scepter. That's a really, really strong item as top lane. Sinister Gaze. See, he was just practicing on creep so he could use it on heroes. Just wanted to make sure it worked.
Done. He was priming it. Very good.
But yeah, Ember Spirit Ags is insanely good. Allows you to just jump in and out with very little delay. But he might be getting ganked here. Smoke. Well, he is getting ganked. We'll see if he survives. Pops the Flame Guard. Alacrity. Oh, he gets doomed. Very nicely done. The Remnant out from the Ember Spirit. And they will be able to find... Well, Doom will die for it, but this is super worth it as Shadow Fiend getting very low. Gets glimpsed back. Still doomed. KYXY is keeping him very healthy. Oh!
Wait. Oh, he was Thunderstruck. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Aphotic Shield and Mistcoil were up in 1 second each, so that was actually very close.
Anyway, pretty good save by 3-3 overall. If that Doom doesn't come out in time, I'm pretty sure his Ember is dead. After that 3-3 slightly misplayed, I think he, in this case, is slightly underestimating the strong physical damage that Radiant have, at least when SF gets to hit. Like both these times that he died in his BKB, it's because the SF is just right-clicking him. And he had a chance to live there, but overall, nice Doom. And, well, they kill SF. Did he use his BKB on SF? No, right? No, it's still 10 seconds.
Yeah. Still a 10-second BKB for him. Well done, sir. Knowing your limits.
True.
How close is Disruptor to Ags? He's actually 800 away. That is insane. That is really good.
Now, they've been allocating their heroes pretty well on Alliance. Like, I would say that Hanskin has played in this side of the map for the majority of the time. And when he's involved in plays, it's because his team is coming to him. He hasn't been so much with his team across the map because, I mean, they're ahead. They can play the map. They're okay with getting some farm here and there. And like we've said many times, this Disruptor Axe is so damn strong. It changes the whole game.
It's true. You know what else is strong? Well, we're going to have to hold that thought. As Ember Spirit comes in with a newly picked up Aghanim Scepter, and that is... Well, he actually gets Doppelganger off this time. Not sure if they can actually finish him off. They do. So that is a 6th death for him as Hustler goes down. I was going to say Hustler almost has his Blink Dagger, and that's when he's going to take over on the Rubik.
True.
But probably not going to happen now. 3-0. Alliance just getting everything they want. And bot lane, KYXY completely out of mana, but...
No glimpse.
Yeah, it's not worth the attempt, apparently. They could go for this tower, but choose not to. So what's the way back in for a Reality Rift?
The Roche is up. I think you take a Roshan fight. You make everyone aware that your next objective is to fight Alliance when they go Roche. You make sure that everyone holds their TP and has buyback money. So you just take this fight. People run in, use their spells. If you die, you just buy back and TP straight up to this shrine. I think that's one way back in the game because they're so far ahead. Well, the other one, if they don't feel like they can fight and they need to chill, then their call right now is to just, okay, we need items, we need farm, push out lanes and die as little as possible. Even though I would prefer the step one where you go fight Alliance now in the pit.
Right. Well,
if they have buybacks.
This isn't really a very good Roche lineup, so they do have time. It's been scanned now by Reality Rift. So we'll see if they can actually do anything about it. Craggy Coat now on Abaddon. That's a really good item for him. He's going to walk right in. He's used to this kind of this play as an Abaddon player, of course. Half HP, Robotic Shields himself. And Alliance did get it to about half HP, so a little bit faster than I was expecting.
Okay, I like that they're smoking now, because just straight up running at them, oh boy.
Well, they're going to get the dust. There's a Searing Chains. BKB's popped galore. First death is going to be this Lich, most likely. Not able to get off any spells, really. Does have a buyback. Will expend it. KYXY still has borrowed time. Will get glimpsed into a kinetic field. Alacrity with a zoning Requiem of Souls. Literally not really getting a whole lot of damage out of that. KYXY very, very low. Looks like he will finally go down to that last Infernal Blade. That is now a global spell, apparently. Hustler, in the meantime, gets off the Telekinesis. Takes out Remnant. Hustler, this guy's a god, actually.
This guy's good. I
he's
like
so
it.
good. I'm a fan. Dude, I never heard of you before. I'm not going to lie. I am now his #1 fan.
He's showcasing some good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was an okay attempt by Reality Rift, but I do think if they want to have a fighting chance or like a winning chance of taking the fight in their favor, they need to either go around and catch the backline so they don't just kill a Lich and then have to like kind of run away, or they wait until Roche is lower and then they take like a chaotic fight when Roche is low. Because they didn't really hit the best timing. They just ran like straight in, and nothing was really chaotic for Alliance in this case.
Well, the good news for Reality Rift is they did get the very important neutral item.
Repair kit.
Yes.
My god, let's go, baby.
That gives you an extra 10 minutes to work with in terms of defense. Treant Protector, unfortunately, cannot cast it on himself, so Alliance will take him for free. They could go for this tier 2 if they want. We're at the 29-minute mark, so the 30-minute shrine or outposts are a thing to think about. They do have both right now. Treant Protector is a really good hero for taking those two, for like these solo smokes even, once he's up. We'll see if they actually try to do this. For those that don't know, you can smoke channel that and they will never even know you're doing it. Unless they have
they're clicking on it and then they hear the sound. But yeah, you won't show on the minimap.
We got a TP from the Ember Spirit, Drew. He's going to try to get this. Ember Spirit doing a lot of damage. They might, they're going to end up getting the outpost, at least for now, as Limp comes into play. If Drew dies again, this is as disastrous as it gets. KYXY, he's trying to micro his illusions to make it seem like it's not really him, but Alliance is not fooled right now. Ember Spirit still has the Aegis. Drew getting chased perpetually. Limp, will you find him? Not yet. Oh, they see him. They didn't hit him with the bolt, though. And here comes Ember Spirit at lightning speed, and down goes the PL. But good news is they get the outpost, right? 2 for nothing. And outpost is theirs. Was it worth it, kids?
Let's call it... I know this is what other casters do. They call this an ambitious play, so I'll use the same term.
I mean, I like the idea, though, in all honesty, because you're very far behind, and I'm sure you can feel it.
Don't set your PL. You know, if they say, let's take the outpost, and you're the PL, then you just say, all right, you do it.
You got to play risky if you want a chance to win this game. Well, KYXY, Borrow Time will activate now, and they're just going to Yules to buy some time. Hustler, he's fine. He's never going to die this game. Not again, at least. The rest of his team, on the other hand, not so lucky.
Yeah, they're not as fortunate as him to have Ember Remnant. I'm just trying to
godlike skills. That's what you really mean.
Sure, let's put it that way. I'm trying to think how Radiant can get back in this game. Because, I mean, obviously, it's very hard because they're far behind. I still think with base defense, again, like, you need to work with whatever you can. So, I think they need buybacks. That's, like, step 1. It's one of the bigger tools to, like, work around. Maybe you can defend...
I'm sorry, not the repair kit on a tier 2. That was very surprising.
Yeah. I think you would try to fight around your base towers, but it's most likely the tier 3, because I think hoping for a tier 4 fight is pretty unlikely. You try to fight for a tier 3 fight where you root them and you repair kit the tower, and then you fight in that tower with multi-shot. You also have Glyph. I don't know if the multi-shot stacks with Glyph. Opportunity is gone soon.
I mean, you get... Yeah, it does not stack. They are going to repair kit and fortify just to make sure that it doesn't die, though.
Yeah.
What do you mean by stack? Like the attacks?
Like a Glyph gives the tower multi-shot and repair gives the tower multi-shot. You get more...
No.
Like you get like 8 multi-shot.
that would be a great addition to the game. Thank you. I'm sure Ice Frog's listening and will be implementing in the next patch.
Please
Nobody
don't
wants
do
to
it.
see that, Kasu. Jeez.
I don't want to see it. I'm hoping it doesn't work.
And that is the last charge, by the way.
Oh no, that's bad. Okay, I think that was one step back in the game. All right, we go to the drawing board again. What do we do? Well, there's always one play where you farm, and you just hope to get more items. I mean, you've never lost until the throne's dead, and I've seen many throws from enemy teams. So you either do that and you hope and you wait, or you try to come up with some creative idea how you can defend your base and win a fight.
Right. You've seen
jumping
throws from
buybacks.
enemy teams. Only enemy teams and not your teams. Is that what you're trying to say?
I never throw. Yes,
okay,
I'm perfect.
Gotcha. I've watched your
you
stream before. That's definitely not the case. Let's be real.
Definitely a true statement by me.
You're a perfect player in every way.
Yeah. I'm like No-Tail. I'm a flower.
Lich has a telescope, by the way.
Very cool item also. Not imbalanced at all.
An Orb of Destruction on ranged here.
Also very cool item. Lich is holding all the cool items.
Yeah. I mean, he looks 6-slotted at this case. I mean, this is why this patch was in place, right? To make the supports feel like they're really powerful. And he does feel powerful right now.
He actually has all the items.
33 is going for an Ags. I really want to see this again. I feel like this item is super good. That is like a 3rd or 4th item on Doom.
Yeah, is it that good, this game? I mean, it's always fine. It's longer stun, and I guess you break a Batten.
Well, you can break the illusions from replicating. On the PL.
If you hit the real one, which is already... If you're hitting the real one, you better doom that guy already.
How dare you. Oh, Shadow Fiend, BKB TP. Will be successful. Look at these GG trees, by the way.
Who has the tree?
Bottom
the
lane.
tree has it, right? Yeah, tree has it. I like it. Now that the Ember lost his Aegis, you should drop him the Orb of Destruction. Probably one of the best heroes at using it. He applies like Skadi Deso to everyone he hits, so...
Yeah,
Fada is kind of baiting. I hope Radiant don't take this fight. Because the Dire heroes are already running over.
KYXY is the one taking the damage to start. Nico Baby comes into play, gets a Searing Chains only on the Train Protector. And KYXY looks to be dying again. Trying to make as much space as possible, but you know he does have buybacks, so...
Space created.
At least the days are gone where you can deny yourself with Mistcoil. So the enemy team will always get something out of it.
I tried that the other day, Jesus.
Yeah, old habits die hard, is what I've heard.
They do. Well, looks like Alliance are knocking at their door now. I like these. I can appreciate it.
This is like bulldozing down, I'm pretty sure. You've let yourself in at this point. Uninvited.
Yeah, they're throwing grenades at the door.
Yes, that is an American saying that I've heard before.
Oh my god.
The barracks taking a beating as Tramp Protector goes down immediately. Buybacks are here, of course, but the racks will be in Alliance's favor.
There's a DD top. Radiant don't see it, but if they turn on their like sixth sense, you know, their spider senses, they go here right now and pick it up and then boom, fight.
If there's a time to turn on your map packs, Reality Rift, this is the time, my friends. This is your last chance.
Actually, all of them have buyback, so they should take this fight together, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna need to fight at some point, so this might be.
Yeah, like eventually, you should try to play to win instead of just letting them take all your stuff.
Well, Lich is applying a lot of minus armor to these racks, so he's doing his part.
Oh, he still has. But he has a damage talent. And Dragonlance. Oh,
he actually took it.
He took it last game too, actually, I think.
Oh, okay. And he's going Maelstrom, by the way.
And
now he's going Deso. Fata's like, you know what, guys? I'm actually tired of being support. I'm a core player from back in the day, so it's time to go back to my roots.
It's the right item choice, I think. They're so far ahead that if they just hit the towers or like the buildings safely without doing anything, you know, like too crazy, then I think they'll probably take it home. Like, I think at this point, it's a very small chance that Reality Rift will succeed making a comeback out of their own great play. I think Alliance need to mess up while Reality Rift make a good play, such as, baiting out buybacks or baiting Alliance like deep into the base.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is the reason that they gave up 2 racks without really contesting is because PL just really wants this heart. I think that's their best power spike they can go off of. He'll actually survive these initiations, and that's going to be like their last ditch effort because SF's not really close to anything. He has the crit, the Chrysalis right now.
Yeah.
Bloodthorn is a million years away.
Looks like they may not be. So they're not fighting the outer tower. I think if they fight in base, they have 2 ways of fighting this tower. They either play here and bait them to dive and play with buybacks, or they look to smoke around, which may even be the best choice. Because I think you have to kill Zeus. Even if you pick up Heart, I mean Zeus also benefit, like he deals more damage from you getting Heart, so it doesn't help you that much.
Alright, they're finding the old Abaddon yet again, and he gets killed because of the Static Storm Aghanim Scepter, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, cannot activate his ult. That is disgusting. Overgrowth comes in, but the buyback from Abaddon is here. PL doing a lot of damage to the Ember Spirit, but he's going to go out to safety with the Remnants, and that's a double buyback right now, so back to a 5v5 as Alliance is going to regroup.
Well, your Doom Axe came into effect there. He got silenced by Disruptor, and then he got broke by Doom, which not makes the ulti pop by itself.
That's beautiful. What a combo.
Indeed.
Doom and Disruptor are really 2 peas in a pod, you know?
They are really 2 peas in a pod, indeed. I've never heard of that saying, but I like it.
Really? Well, I think in America they call it 2 donuts now in a pod. They've changed
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Based on
Mid lane? Whoops. This is a big kill if they get it.
This
and
is
they
a
are
pretty
getting
big kill. He's going to buy some time with the
Can he blink out? Nope.
No, he's super dead.
Yes, no buyback. Come back.
They're playing it very... Well, are they playing it safe? The Doom is actually applied now to Abaddon along with the break, and he is donezo as well. So it's going to be a 4v4 without the Zeus, and Peel is starting to do a lot, especially without the Zeus to help out with the illusions. Plata
he is indeed
getting chased, but here comes the Static Storm, the AoE Doom, if you will, but it's not going to be enough damage to actually take out PL. Still broken.
Desolator Lich down.
Oh boy, that's a big kill.
Time to fight.
This is the time to capitalize. Do they have vision? Do they have vision? Oh, the Yules!
I don't know if this is good for them.
That's true. They're not going to kill him. Oh, he actually gets the right in front of
okay, Ember's here. Just kidding.
Ember has come back from the base with full HP, full mana,
good.
and full destruction. And now Alacrity pops the BKB, but to really no avail, let's be real. And this should be Megas, maybe just straight Throne. Buybacks are on the cores, but I'm not sure how much it is.
Yeah, they're gonna force the buybacks. They're gonna force... they should force both. One buyback won't hold them off. Yep.
Telekinesis, and this is the last true ditch effort. Oh, Ember Spirit taking a lot of damage. They're gonna get him. No buyback. That's a big kill.
Oh, he got lifted into chained. That's why.
I mean, Rubik is a god. We've already established this, Kazu.
We have.
33.
If anyone dies on Dire, it's because of Rubik.
Yeah, 100%. Even if he's dead in the fountain, it's just the moral support that he provides. Static Storm. Doom does not have his ultimate right now. He's taking considerable amount of damage, but PL's taking more. 115 seconds. That is 2v1. Good lord, between Disruptor and Doom, they take him out, and Shadow Fiend is next.
He even had a Nether Shell. Oh my, Disruptor ulti is so... Yeah, it's fucking stupid, I'm sorry.
I love it.
Not only does it disable you from using items and spells, it also kills you. Like, it feels like I don't even want to know the number.
It's a lot.
It's too much damage.
Yeah, it's
a lot. The number is high.
Speaking of a lot, Treant Protector has a lot of deaths. This will be number 16 on the board as 3 are dead now as Alliance buys back on their Ember, and that is GG. Very well played. They dominated this game from start to finish. But
Get him, Rubik.
He's not finished. He can still win! But alas, he will not. So Alliance goes on to the upper bracket of the main event for the DreamHack Major. Reality Rift joins VP in this group. In the lower bracket, best of ones. Of course, I should have said Alliance joins IG in this group as the top 2. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations to them indeed. They played very well in these 2 games. My god.
Is that all you have to say, Kazu?
I can go on if you want.
Yeah, just give it a little just wrap it up for us.
No, I think they played pretty well. I mean, also Reality Rift, I didn't really know this team coming into this event. I just know that they qualified first. I like the way they're drafting, but I do think they sometimes miss their timings and they're a little inconsistent. Reality Rift, that is. Like if you compare them in these two games to Alliance, I think Alliance, they just play better around their timings and they don't really bait themselves into unfavorable fights, which I think is a big reason as to why Reality Rift lost this game. They were close to some crucial items, but then they just took some fights where they were never going to be 5, and they kind of played into Alliance's lineup, like into these non-5-on-5 fights or TPing into Disruptor.
Mm-hmm.
Some simple stuff that they kind of need to adjust, I think, to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I was pretty impressed with Reality Rift. I mean, VP, they played really bad this group stage. I hope that they actually get their act together for the main stage, but Reality Rift, they were a little bit inconsistent, kind of what you were talking about. But when they're good, they played really well.
Yeah.
This game, unfortunately, just Alliance is just a better team right now, for sure. Other than Hustler.
Yeah.
Hustler is the best player in this entire game. I think we can both agree. Just an absolute god amongst them.
I don't know about the entire game, but he was the most. He definitely was shining the most out of his team.
Yes, what a great player. So that brings this series to an end and our casting to an end. This, of course, was Sunsfan, joined by the great Kezu and earlier Cinderin. Thank you for joining me, Kezu. It was a lot of fun, buddy. I'm going to enjoy your stream when you're going to stream later today.
I feel the same way. I might stream later today. Not sure yet.
Great. I'll host you on the official DreamHack DreamLeague account if you want. Absolutely.
Wow. No 10 million viewers.
That's right. So, again, that brings us to the end. Thanks, guys, for watching. Till next time, Sunsfan, Kezu, and Cinderin signing out. Enjoy the weight screen, by the way. This was specially made for you guys. I put a lot of time into it. So, yeah, please let us know what you think.
My God. I'll have